I'm here with Tom Cataldo, founder of Better Vision for Children. Hi, Tom.
Hi.
What what's new with the organization? Can you tell us a little bit about what's new?
Well, one of the most important new things is the fact that we have developed a new system, photographic system, that enables us to see in the very early stages some of the conditions that are called autism spectrum disorders that lead to autism. We can see one of the main things is eye teaming problems, where the eyes work together or don't work together in the case of the autism kids. Uh, we've been screening for that for years. We see it when it's too late to prevent something like autism, but early enough for the doctors to make the eyes work together. But that should be done in the first few months of life if you're going to try to prevent autism, and we are able to do that. It's just incredible because now the cases of children being diagnosed with autism, according to this article in the register that I'm looking at, is 1 out of 50 children.
Well, that's a lot.
Incredible.
Amazing.
In Sweden, where they've mandated all this, it's almost non-existent. It's like 1 out of 2,000. It's just unforgivable that we're not doing this for children in the first few months of life. We can do that now with a new system, and to detect these other things that we detect anyway, like eye cancer and even cases that lead to amblyopia, which is what I've had all my life. And so, the key there is early screening. And to do that, we need funding. We just need to get funding from even from the hospitals and the places that want to see this done.
Right.
Because that's where we should be going, into the hospitals.
Right. Tom, what kind of new technology do you have right now to help screen the children?
Well, the new technology actually is in the better resolution of the camera that we're using. We have a device inside the camera that is used to attract the child so that the child will look directly into the lens. That's very important. And it's actually even more fun now than it used to be before because we can show the child instantly his own face, his own eyes, and they get just this big thrill out of that. And it's faster. We can make screening. We do screenings in a couple of minutes, from beginning to end, including getting the child in a dark room to get the eye to dilate, which is something that is important here because if you don't do it that way, the only other way is using eye drops, and the kids hate it, and they cry, and they don't cooperate.
Right.
We don't have that problem.
And so by having to have this new technology, kids will actually love to get their eyes screened, and so that prevention can be done early on. Correct?
Yes, we have always made it fun for the kids, but it's even more fun now because it's faster. They can see right now their own face. Usually the first time they've ever seen their own face on what looks like a television set. And so they just have a ball. We did a big screening out in Marina del Rey, and only half the kids had their parents' permission slips. But they went out and told the other kids how much fun they were having. So the other kids decided they wanted to get their eyes screened too, and we had to go back a second day to do that. It's just tremendous. Everybody has fun, including the screener. And we are going to be hiring screeners now, about $40,000 a year and up. We have to do that because we can't use volunteers now, and especially now when cities are starting to make these proclamations very strong. Very soon now, one is going to mandate this. A mandate is a very simple thing. They're trying to do this in my home state of Massachusetts right now, and the mandate simply says that all children must be screened, show proof that they've been screened before they start kindergarten, and it's going to happen everywhere. It's just we have to make it happen now, because every day kids are dying, kids are losing their vision every single day, even in a city like Los Angeles, every day.
Right. How important is it to get the screening early on? Tom, can you share that?
It's everything. It's everything.
Be specific.
The eyes are everything.
early.
It had everything to do with not just vision, but with hand-eye coordination, being able to walk and even talk properly, let alone learning. These are all facts of life. They are being brought out in stories and articles now. 90% of the kids with autism have a significant vision problem that is usually an eye teaming problem where the eyes don't work together. We can see that. We've been screening for that for years and years and years. Now we can see it even better than we could before.
Right.
And early enough to perhaps even prevent autism from happening in the first place, which would be an incredible breakthrough.
So early screening and prevention is the key to potentially prevent this to happen, right?
Exactly.
Suffering
And
too.
it isn't just autism, it's ADD, ADHD, dyslexia, which I've had all my life because the eyes were screwed up in the first place. We know now, it's not a question. We can eliminate almost all of this stuff because they've done it in other countries.
Such as
Sweden, and they're trying to do this, I think, now set up to do this in another Scandinavian country now. They're also trying to do the same thing in my home state, and they are probably going to wind up doing it sooner or later, but they're dragging their feet because it's going to cost them money. We can make the proposal to any state that they can do this without any cost to any real cost to the state, because what they do when they create a document that says these children must be screened before they start school, then it's a lot easier for us to get the funding for it.
mm-hmm.
From companies, from individuals, from philanthropists.
Right. Okay. Well.
Mandate is the key word here.
And you started to get lots of mandates, right, from different cities
Well,
in Southern California.
I wish they were actually mandates. They are not. They're close to being mandates, but a mandate says that children must be screened before they start school. Now, that's just is a foregone conclusion that will happen in some city here pretty soon, and that city's going to get international publicity because they will have been the first one to do that in the United States. And they will get a lot of other benefits. People living in those cities going to move into other places, but they'll look for places like that because they will understand that it has everything to do with the education, proper education of the children in that city.
I see. Okay.
That's how I moved out. That's why I moved to La Cañada when I came out from New York. They had the best school system in Los Angeles, and that's what everyone looks for, isn't it? They look for that.
Parents do.
Doesn't something like this show the public that they really care about education?
Yeah, absolutely.
I believe it does. I believe it's a very important factor. And so if people want professional people to come and live in their cities, they should do professional things, or see that they're done professionally, and the children are properly screened for these terrible things.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you, Tom.